Alright guys, part 2. Part fucking 2. Here it is. Again, what I was saying before is, what's actually going on is the fact that, when it comes to complacency, it's a bad thing. We're getting too complacent with letting the government run everything. I personally don't like it when the United States government tells me that there are certain things that are better for me. I mean, I don't like it when people tell me that they know what's better for me than I know what's better for me. Yeah, I'm a little hard-headed, but I don't need somebody, especially somebody who doesn't know me as a person, to tell me what's good and what's bad for me. I don't like that shit. I'm a pretty simple guy. Feed me, hug me, love me. Don't tell me what guns I can and can't own. Don't tell me what cars I can and can't drive. And don't fuck with my freedom of speech. I'm pretty fucking simple. Yeah, that's just me in a nutshell, and that's the way a lot of people are. But we're getting too complacent with the government telling us that, especially, fucking liberal agenda, well, fucking socialism, telling us that they know what's better for us than we do. It's obscene, and it is a gross violation of rights. It's disgusting. It's just I don't understand where the logic comes from that the American government has the right to supersede the will of the people. Not for nothing though, but that's why the right to bear arms exists. So when the government gets to that point and you really said you had enough, you got a means to fight back. Okay, that's why the Second Amendment is around, not because, oh, it's supposed to allow you to maintain a militia. It's like, yeah, that's true, that's part of it. But, Thomas Jefferson said that the right to bear arms are the teeth of liberty, in not so many words. That's not an exact quote, but in a nutshell, that's what this man said. And it's damn true. Without the right to bear arms, you can't revolt. I'll give you an example. Look at communist China. Weapons are banned there. You know what happened? Kid stood out in Tiananmen Square, got his ass pancaked by a motherfucking tank. That was all she wrote. Why does she think they're still in a communist rule? Because people have no means to revolt. And it's sad because people don't have a voice. It's disgusting, honestly. Human rights violations occur there on a daily basis by the state. They're a police state. Human rights violations between, the Buddhists in the Tibetan mountains. The people who are actually trying to stop those genocides by speaking up, they can't, because, they've got they can't be heard. Probably the only people that have firearms are the military. And that's not good. That's just not good at all. At that particular point, though, the people have no means of taking their country back. And it's disgusting. I don't know how I exactly got off on this tangent, but, that's usually how these kind of things start. They start taking away little freedoms one by one, and it just escalates. It goes up and up the ladder. It goes up and up the ladder. That's why the NRA exists. That's why they're around, to protect our rights. Because as firearms owners, sometimes, at one particular point in our lives, I really hope it never comes to it, but there may be a day where we actually have to take up arms and overthrow a tyrannical government. I pray to God that day never comes. But you know something? If it comes, then so be it. It is what it is. Not to mention, though, on the other side of the spectrum, we use our firearms to protect those we love. That's another big issue. I don't believe that with an assault weapons ban that people should actually, I don't believe that people should be told how they can and can't protect their families. Okay, I mean, not for nothing though, but I mean, criminals don't listen. If they did, they wouldn't be criminals. Not in the slightest bit. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And I usually get this comment, oh, what do you need an assault rifle for, Dave? I mean, what, you in a third world country? No, but you know something? I like AR-15s. I think they're fucking awesome. The cool thing about an AR-15, I mean, it's got that cool factor just like a brand new Corvette or Ferrari. It just appeals to you. I mean, it makes you smile every time. I mean, it's kind of like when you buy a 500 horsepower Mustang that gets like 11 miles to the gallon. I mean, the sound of that engine just puts a smile on your face. Same thing with an assault rifle. You're cranking rounds down range. I mean, and it's just a cool feeling. It really is. No, I'm not crazy. I'm not. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I believe in things like helping your fellow man, being able to look out for people around you. I mean, and that's the way a lot of us are. But realistically speaking, I mean, in the same token, in fact, what the government is doing is wrong. I think they're overstepping their boundaries, and they're doing it deliberately, and that worries me. That genuinely puts concern in my heart as to how far is this administration going to go. I mean, you can only say so much peacefully. I mean, diplomacy only goes so far. I'm not calling for fanaticism and all-out rebellion, but realistically speaking, I mean, something needs to be done. People, we need to take control of our country. This is what it is. Again, I mean, this is a more serious side of me. I mean, because this kind of thing really weighs heavily on my conscience. It weighs heavily in my mind. I've actually been kind of losing sleep over it. But I mean, I've watched history. I mean, if you're a history buff though, you'll understand that this is a very bad pattern we're going into. Very, very, very bad pattern. And we need to break the cycle, guys. I'll post something a little more cheery and funnier later on, but this is kind of one of those things I really needed to talk about, and I needed to get out there. That's about where I stand right now. Honestly speaking, we need to do a lot more, guys. Alright, and moving on, as usual, I'm going to annotate and shout out a few people. Guys, Matt at Going Deaf. This guy, Matt, he's a good dude. I mean, a little too sig happy, but whatever. Fucking love him anyway. Nothing fancy. As always, I've always given him a shout in my videos because he puts out some real good stuff, and he actually, you know something, he understands what it means to have this urge to protect freedom at all costs. I mean, he's the embodiment of what an American patriot is. I mean, I mean, what he does and the kind of message he puts out there is just, it's phenomenal. And on a lighter note, I'd also like to shout out Lisa, her page, youtube.com/account, awesome channel, really good funny stuff though, and she's pretty fucking cute. She really is. I'm sorry, she's fucking adorable. But yeah, then she's got a great sense of humor too. It's awesome. I'm annotating all their pages, and I'm putting their stuff in the information bar down at the bottom there. And that's about it, guys. Yeah, I don't know how I somehow made a 2-part video completely ad-libbed, but yeah. Look out for your fellow man. Keep fighting a good fight.